Hello, friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin, and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories. Tonight, we're going to be headed back into the Dragon Knights universe, a world where dragons of all different elements connect with humans, giving them the power of that element, and a world that has unfortunately been taken over by the Dragon King, a wizard who learned to control dragons using some sort of magic spell. I haven't had a ton of suggestions for this one yet, but I have had quite a few requests to make more. And I did have one suggestion, which we'll check out here.
Hello, my name is Stafford, and I would like to suggest the Dragon King's personal army is called the Elementes, made entirely of elemental dragons.
Stafford, that is an excellent idea. Maybe the core of his army are a few elemental dragons, very, very powerful ones, called the Elementes. I'm honestly not sure if I'll be able to sneak that into the story today or not, but I'm definitely going to try. And last, to the parents out there, I am playing around with the idea of doing a couple sponsored custom stories every month. So basically, if there's parents out there who want to sponsor a special edition of Dad's Bedtime Stories, a bonus episode that wouldn't otherwise go out, perhaps for a special occasion, like a birthday or something, I don't know. Well, I'm now taking inquiries for that. So if you're interested and want to see what that's all about, you can email me at dad.bedtimestories@gmail.com. I will only be able to do a very small number of those per month. I'm going to start out with maybe 2 at best. So if you're interested, make sure you get a hold of me as soon as you can. But now, it's that time again. Time to close your eyes, get as comfy as you can in that bed, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. You wake up and look around the room. You remember that you're actually sleeping in a little house, a house made of rocks and dirt created by your dragon. You look across the room, and on another bed, you see your friend Bethy, the water dragon knight. Good morning, Bethy says. Good morning, you respond. You leave the little dirt cabin and head out into the fresh air. You can somehow sense Ellie, your elemental dragon, even though you can't see her anywhere. You feel a pull from the center of your being, over towards the right. Good morning, Ellie, you say. Suddenly, Ellie appears out of nowhere. Good morning, Ellie says. Did you sleep well? Yeah. I'm just kinda hungry. I wonder if we have anything to eat. You look over at Bethy. I still have some beef jerky and stuff, but not much at all. Eat, Ellie says. That's right. Humans enjoy eating. Ellie can help. Ellie stomps on the ground a few times, sending little waves of green energy through it. Out of nowhere, vines begin to grow from both the left and the right. They grow into large trees and bushes. The trees and bushes grow flowers, which slowly transform into fruits. Apples, pears, peaches, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and even some pineapples, begin to form themselves all around you. This is the benefit of the nature element, Ellie says. You and Bethy begin picking some of the fruit off of the trees and the bushes, or out of the ground. You find that it's very good, perfectly ripe even. When you're completely full, you look around at everyone else. Well, what should two kids and two dragons with no home left to go back to do? Well, I think it is time for you two to begin training as dragon riders. It is time to learn to use the elements. Since Bethy is linked to a water dragon, I say we work on water. Okay, let's do that, you say. Ellie stomps on the ground, and the little dirt and stone cabin that she sort of instantly constructed collapses back into the ground, leaving the place just like it looked before. Climb on, Ellie says. Luna, the water dragon, who is still a little bit smaller than Ellie, turns around and ducks down, allowing Bethy to climb on her back. With you and Bethy both safely aboard your dragons, the dragons begin to run. They jump into the air, spread their gigantic wings, and slowly pull you higher and higher into the sky. Soon, after spotting a large lake in the distance, Ellie and Luna make their way down to the ground. You land in a secluded area of the lake, a little forest nook with a nice sandy-looking beach. You slide off of Ellie and onto the ground. Bethy does the same. "All right," Luna says. "If we're going to learn about water, you're going to learn about it the right way. From a real water dragon." Luna gives Ellie a look. You're not sure what it means. "But first, we need to deal with your dragon armor. This one," Luna says, directing her attention towards you, "already knows how to use it, but you do not. Now, your dragon armor comes from your connection to me. You can think of it as your own scales. It'll appear when needed or when wanted. Just focus on your connection to me and allow me to do the rest." Bethy nods in understanding. She closes her eyes, focuses as hard as she can, and you're pretty sure you see a little light appear near her chest before bright blue armor suddenly covers her entire body. Arms, legs, torso, feet, and head, all covered in a very sleek, very protective-looking armor. She looks to her side and finds that she has a sword. She pulls it out and swings it around. It seems to glow a bright blue color. "Oh, very good. Now, don't forget about your shield. Just lift your other hand, squeeze your fist, and the shield will become the size you need it to be." Ellie holds up her other arm, squeezes her fist, and sure enough, a blue sort of energy shield appears in front of her. It almost looks like it's made of water, or water energy maybe. Very good. Now, when the armor's not needed, simply let it go. Bethy closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and releases the armor. It glows for a second and then sort of absorbs directly into her body. Cool, she says, looking down at her arms and legs. Very good. Now, to learn the way of the water. Follow me, Luna says, leading you, Bethy, and Ellie into the lake. Shouldn't we, change into bathing suits or something? You ask. Water dragons don't need bathing suits. We don't mind being wet, and we can become dry when we want to. I wouldn't worry about it. So, listening to that advice, you wade into the water, still wearing your shoes and pants. You get in just above your knees, and Luna stops you. All right. Now, your ability to use the water comes from our ability to use the water. Your connection to us is your connection to the water, because, well, we dragons are part water. We water dragons anyways. So, close your eyes and focus first on your connection to us. You do exactly that, closing your eyes, taking long, slow, deep breaths, and focusing on your connection to Ellie. Strangely, you feel like there's actually multiple connections. You've tapped into the connection to fire before, but you're pretty sure that that's not the one you're looking for. You search through your feelings until you come to a connection that just feels right. One that feels cool, like, well, water or ice maybe. Now, with that connection made, you can reach your mind out, expand it to encompass the water itself. As you become one with the water, you can command the water. To demonstrate, Luna begins to sway left and right, and the waves begin to move with her, shooting up in the air to her left, dropping down and shooting up to her right. Then she jumps up in the air, splashes down into the water, and creates a huge water explosion, which freezes all around you, leaving you surrounded by a large wall of ice. Whoa, you say, looking at the amazing power of the water dragon. Now it's your turn. You close your eyes, focus on your connection to Ellie's water element, and then you try to expand your consciousness, whatever that means. Strangely, though, the connection seems to make it easier. Through your connection to Ellie, you can suddenly feel the water around you. It starts to feel like you are the water, or the water's you. You begin to sway back and forth just like Luna did, moving your arms gently with the water, and to your surprise, the water moves with you, creating waves to the left and waves to the right. Bethy does the same, and it's not long before both of you are able to move the water in any direction, to shoot the water up in the air and splash it down where you want to. Bethy accidentally splashes you, and you decide to get her back, reaching down towards the water, shooting it out towards Bethy, and completely drenching her using what could only be described as a miniature tidal wave of some sort. Bethy, not too happy with that, grabs the water herself and shoots it back towards you. You go back and forth like this until both of you are absolutely drenched in water. "Very good," Luna says. "Now to freeze the water. Water, like most elements, can be either a liquid, a gas, or a solid. It all depends on the way it moves or the way the atoms within it move. When they freeze, they, stay sort of still. All you have to do is to tell them to stop moving." You think about that for a second, but you can already sort of feel what she's talking about. As well as being able to push the water back and forth, there's another feeling to it. One that feels like it'll just stop in place if you want it to. You wave your hands over the lake, will the water up into a wave, and then with a squeeze of your fists, you tell the water to stop. And it instantly does, transforming into a huge wave of ice that then plops down in the water again. Ellie tries as well, and she's able to do the same. "Very good. Now, we water dragons, one of our favorite things to do is to become one with the water, allowing the water to move us, and even blending in with the water itself." Luna demonstrates by jumping into the deep water. The water seems to push her along, moving her through the lake at a rapid pace. Then, she begins to sparkle and, she sort of transforms into water, diving down into the lake, but sort of disappearing from sight. You can't see her below the water because, apparently, she's become water. Slowly, a dragon head made entirely out of water lifts up out of the lake. It solidifies back into, Luna, and she looks at you. We can do that too?" you ask. "But how do we breathe when we're underwater?" "You don't have to breathe when you're underwater. Or, you don't have to breathe when you are water anyways." "Okay. How do we do that?" you ask. "You must fully focus on your connection. Feel your connection to the water and allow it to take over. Give in fully to the connection. Then you will become the water. To demonstrate this, Luna takes a deep breath, and her body almost instantly transforms into water and then splashes down into the lake. It looks absolutely amazing. You close your eyes and focus on the same. You feel your connection to Ellie's water element, and you allow that connection to sort of spread through your arms and legs, your torso and your head, and slowly you start to feel less solid. You look down at your hands and your arms, and they've somehow become liquid hands and liquid arms. Your connection to the water has never felt stronger. You dive into it, under it, and, well, you just kind of blend in with it. Wherever you will the water to take you, you go very quickly. Bethy tries the same thing, and she too is successful at completely transforming into water. You, Ellie, Luna, and Bethy spend a good part of the morning splashing around in the lake, doing acrobatic maneuvers, jumping up out of the water, and splashing back down. That is until Ellie senses something. "What's that?" Ellie says. "Quickly, hide behind me. I hear something, or I sense something." Using your connection to the water, you shoot through the lake and hide behind the large elemental dragon. The dragon sort of starts to flicker, and then, well, she disappears. When you look down at your arms and legs and hands, it seems that you too have disappeared, caught in some sort of invisibility field. "Quiet," she whispers. "I hear something. I sense another dragon, but it is not right. No, it is. Something is wrong." You watch as, out of the lake, another dragon begins to form. A dragon much, much larger than Luna or Ellie. It solidifies itself into a gigantic water dragon. Only this one has glowing yellow eyes for some reason. The rider on its back is wearing black and red armor, and not the water armor that you just saw on Bethy for some reason. "Something is wrong," Ellie says. "I do not sense a connection between the rider and the dragon the dragon seems off." "I can hear you," a voice says from the night atop the water dragon. "Did you think we wouldn't notice you splashing around in the water? I saw you before you disappeared. Now, come out and face me," the man says. "You stay here," Ellie says. "I will take care of this." "We will take care of this," Luna adds. The two dragons reappear in front of you, standing before the much larger water dragon. "Identify yourselves," the rider says. "Where are your riders?" "The better question," Ellie replies, "is who are you? You are not connected to this dragon. Or You are not connected in the way you are meant to be. I sense magic. I sense bad magic. You have controlled this dragon against its will, haven't you? Ellie says. Oh, I see. You are a free dragon. Well, we can't allow that to continue. Suddenly, 5 more dragons pop up out of the water, each one a large water dragon. The Dragon King, along with his band of elemental dragons, the Elementes, of course, will award us with great riches for bringing in a free elemental dragon and another free water dragon. You can surrender, or we can do this the difficult way. We will never surrender to you. We are free dragons, and we wish to stay that way, Ellie says. That's right, they don't like to be told what to do, Luna says. Well, you've made your choice, the knight atop the large water dragon says. He raises his hand in the air and gives a signal that apparently means attack. All at once, the 5 water dragons begin to summon the water around them. They spin it around and around, causing some kind of huge whirlpool. Ellie and Luna are swept up in the water as it spins around and around. It then shoots up into the air and freezes instantly, coating Ellie and Luna in a very thick layer of ice. A layer of ice that still seems to be glowing with the attention of the dragons. Oh no, Bethy says. We have to help them, but how can we help them? Well, Ellie said they weren't connected to their dragons, so maybe if we aim for the riders, the dragons won't know what to do. I mean, I guess it could work. If they are really under some sort of spell, distracting their riders might be enough. All right then. On the count of 3, I say we use our new water powers to, take out as many of these dragon riders as we can. I'll get the 3 on the right if you get the 3 on the left. Okay, Ellie says. 1, 2, 3, go! You and Ellie both burst forward, using the water itself to shoot you along. You fly up out of the water beside the first dragon rider, sort of tackling him with a huge plume of water spray and pushing him off the dragon into the lake. You dive up again and take out the second and then the third. Bethy does the same. You then use the water to shoot yourself high up into the air, onto the large cone of ice where Ellie and Luna are trapped. You stand atop the ice as the dragon riders crawl back onto their dragons. You reach your awareness down into the ice itself and release it from being ice. You fall down directly onto Ellie. Well, Luna manages to scoop up Bethy. Alright guys, I think we better go quickly before they get back on their dragons. Ellie and Luna begin to flap their wings. Aren't they just gonna catch up to us? Bethy says. No, they will not catch up to us, because we have the power of wind, and most water dragons do not. Ellie closes her eyes for a second, and suddenly a gust of wind begins to spin around you. It scoops Ellie and Luna up by the wings, and, well, shoots them forward into the sky at an amazing speed. The two dragons simply spread their wings and ride on the wave of air. There is no way a group of water dragons can keep up with us. But for good measure, I will camouflage us too. A strange sort of bubble appears from Ellie, surrounding, well, her entire self, as well as Bethy and Luna. The bubble shimmers and, suddenly, you can't see your arms or legs. You fly for a long time, riding atop the gust of wind, until you eventually come to a forested mountaintop. Ellie and Luna land gently at the top of the mountain and allow you and themselves to reappear. I do not sense them. I believe we are now perfectly safe. Time to set up camp. Ellie stomps on the ground, and once again, a perfect little hut made of, well, earth and rock appears out of the ground, equipped with a perfect wooden door. Time for sleep, she says. Luna and Ellie, both tired from such a long flight, curl up on the ground like giant cats. You and Bethy head through the door of the little cabin, revealing the same two beds made of, well, very comfortable-looking moss. You climb onto your bed. Somehow it's more comfortable than a normal bed is. It seems to sort of contour perfectly with your body, and the moss feels more like silk than anything else. You rest your head down on the silky moss pillow, and you allow your heavy eyes to close. With each breath, you allow your muscles to relax a little bit more, sinking down deeper and deeper into the mattress, until before very long at all, you find yourself drifting off to thoughts of new dreams and new adventures to come. Good night, everyone.